the city still hunting for me?
In full force. There's an entire webpage dedicated to potential Jackjoy sightings, so I've been filling it in with false leads for fun. Do you want to pitch in?
Post that I was spotted in the back of a catering van somewhere.
You can do better than that. But okay, I'll let them know.
Okay, so now she laid out all this information for us.
Serene's original manifesto for Monarch.
They had us practically memorize this.
He actually believes he's doing the right thing.
It's because he doesn't think the fracture can be stopped. And he's wrong.
Monarch Solutions 3-phase plan table of contents. Phase 1, building an empire. Yeah, we've already read the actual stuff for that shit. Limited distribution for approved employees only. So this is back in 1999. I have seen the path ahead and I know it will be hard. I have founded Monarch Solutions to bring together those who will walk it with me. The elite few whose skill, dedication, and passion will live on when everything else ends. To that end, we will work under my guiding vision of the future, my knowledge of what is coming. We accept that we cannot change our fate, nor can we avoid it. It is a harsh truth, but it is the truth. We will accept it in its full implications, but we will not deviate from our course, nor give in to despair, nor give up the fight. Those of us who share in this knowledge, who learn the triumphs and tragedies of the days and years to come, will look past them and find ways to turn them to our advantage. The gray, uncertain area beyond what is known will be where we build our empire, and we build it in the hope that we can persevere, that the end isn't our end, that we can still succeed. We will expand Monarch's influence and power in all possible spheres, financial, political, cultural, medical, technological, military, to the best of our abilities. This is a goal unto itself. We will need to be in a position of exceptional resources and ability to act when the time comes. We will build. We will seek success and we will seek success and profit, not for the sake of wealth and fame, but for the sake of preparedness. We will develop science and technology to counter a very specific set of circumstances. This will require extensive research and experimentation, as well as a tremendous financial cost. We will not be daunted by these challenges. We will complete our work. We will not compromise. We recognize that sacrifice is required, and we are willing to pay the cost to meet our goals. There is no alternative to this. Doubt, qualms, and sentiment are luxuries we cannot afford. Whatever we have to do is a lesser evil than the extinction of the entire human race, and to pretend otherwise is weakness. Nothing in the history of our planet has been as important as this. Nothing we have accomplished as a species matters if we fail in our mission. We will not fail. There will be many challenges in the years ahead. I know what's coming. It can't be averted. There's no escaping it, but we can survive it, and we can overcome it, and we will. I am dedicating myself, this company, and every shred of willpower at my disposal to that mission. I expect the same from those who join me on it. Paul Serene.
The lifeboat.
Yeah. Well, according to Monarch Communications, Paul Serene just activated that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Far sooner than they were supposed to.
What does that mean?
Means we have less time than I hoped.
On the unique nature of the lifeboat, Dr. Sophia Emerald. 2016. While the lifeboat protocol is fairly straightforward on the surface, it's important that the people involved with the project understand how it radically differs from other survival scenarios against so-called apocalyptic threats. Stellarproofing, a traditional bunker built to protect the occupants from an environmental hazard, for example, a chemical attack or nuclear fallout, is typically sealed airtight, and the occupants have their own electricity, air supply, provisions, etc. The bunker's interior is isolated from the outside environment, but the lifeboat's design is different. It's not actually sealed because it doesn't have to be. It does have strong walls and protected access points, but the outside environment is not the problem. It's the lack of the Meyer-Joyce field that enables time to exist that makes the outside hazardous. From a technological standpoint, these differences make the lifeboat's operating principles quite different, particularly with regards to maintenance. Compared to, say, the failure of the life support system in a hermetically sealed survival space, such as a bunker, the failure of the lifeboat's stellarproofing system has far more immediate and grave effects. A traditional life support system can be repaired. For instance, a failure in the CO2 scrubbers would pose a significant threat, but with replacement parts and tools, properly trained occupants could easily repair the system before they would feel any ill effects. In fact, almost any mechanical failure short of a full-scale environmental breach can be fixed as long as suitable repair materials and trained personnel are at hand. But by its very nature, the stutter-proofing is different. If it fails, everybody within its area of effect is immediately affected by the zero state and becomes frozen. In a permanent zero state scenario, that means they would have no opportunity to ever effect repairs. There's literally no time to react. The only exception would be personnel wearing an activated chronon harness, such as a striker suit. But given that repairing the stutter-proofing system is a highly technical, complicated process requiring an exceptional proficiency in the operation and engineering of chronon technology, this will be a scenario with a low probability of success. Well, why not just give the scientists the fucking stutter-proof shit? Why are you just giving it to the... Okay. It is therefore of utmost importance that the lifeboat stutter-proofing operates reliably and without faults, with multiple fail-safe systems, because if it ever fails, it's unlikely that it can be repaired or restarted. Accordingly, once the lifeboat protocol has been activated, there's no real way to deactivate it other than removing the chronon field regulator. This would be highly inadvisable, as doing so could not only disrupt the stutter-proofing, but more importantly, without the CFR, the lifeboat's rate of chronon particle consumption is increased by a vast margin, effectively reducing its potential operating time to a fraction of what is intended. Unique advantages and risks. However, it's worth pointing out that even though the lifeboat operation has unique hazards, there are also unique advantages. One such advantage is provisions. A traditional survival scenario in a bunker typically involves a poor quality of meals due to obvious resourcing problems. Anything that spoils easily is out of the question. In a zero-state scenario, however, spoilage becomes a non-issue. Anything stored outside the stutter-proofed area remains in perfect condition. This advantage doesn't only apply to comestibles, but also makes the storage of medicine, volatile chemicals, and other similar articles far less of a problem than it otherwise would be. In fact, given the fact that the city of Riverport is vast compared to the relatively small number of people residing in the lifeboat, in theory, Monarch operatives could venture outside the lifeboat in chronon harnesses and actually enjoy freshly cooked meals simply by entering a restaurant and finding the ready-made dishes that have been prepared. Remove them from the zero state to a stutter-proofed area and enjoy them, as hot and delicious as if they had just been prepared, which in fact they of course would be. To be clear, this is not a recommended activity, as it would be a foolish waste of resources to go after individual meals like that. The above scenario is mentioned here merely to illustrate the point. Even though the lifeboat has been designed to operate for decades of subjective time, it doesn't actually need provisions for that long. If the lifeboat's own reserves start to run low, a well-planned supply run into the city could easily result in a great deal of perfectly preserved supplies. Another advantage is that while the situation outside the lifeboat would be dire, people frozen in the zero state would not actually be dead. If the solution is found to the end of time scenario, everyone would resume their everyday lives, most likely with no awareness of time ever having stopped. However, it's hard to know what the exact psychological impact of that knowledge on lifeboat personnel will be. There's a real concern that the pressure of knowing that they have sole responsibility for the survival of the human race, and that there are billions of people outside of the walls of the lifeboat, helpless and unaware, frozen eternally in that last moment, may prove to be crushing for some. On the other hand, knowing that their loved ones are actually not dead and may be saved and are not in any distress, or indeed even aware of the situation, may prove to be a powerful motivating factor that helps us eventually resolve the situation. Of course, the solution to the problem of a permanent zero state is not currently within our reach, and we expect that finding one will take subjective decades, if it is indeed possible. We can but try. It's worth noting that since the people outside Lifeboat are indeed not dead, merely stopped, it should be possible for a team of personnel wearing chronon harnesses to exit the lifeboat, retrieve a person, and bring them into the lifeboat. However, I advise against adopting this practice. For the occupants, that should forever remain a theoretical scenario. Any situation in which somebody is brought in from the outside would cause undue stress on the occupants, who would at that point have to become acutely aware that their loved ones could be brought in. But since the lifeboat has limited space, this could never be allowed. That kind of psychological pressure would likely lead to friction and questions of favoritism and ultimately increase the risk mission failure. Okay, that's it. Okay, and then what's this?
Anybody here we can trust?
Fiona. She's my only remaining contact on the inside.
What about this Burke guy? He was under arrest in the same transport as me.
Jury's still out on Burke.
Okay. Monarch employee chart. Head of Monarch Paul Serene, creator of Monarch, believes end of time is inevitable, is building a survival program for select few. Division leads Martin Hatch. Monarch spokesperson, head of security and PR. Serene's key advisor, working against Serene. Dr. Sophia Amaral. Head of research, specialist in Chronon technology, only doctor trained to administer Serene's treatment. Intimate relations with Serene. Dr. Henry Kim. Previous head of research, deceased. Key enforcers, Clarice Agawa. Monarch dispatcher, allegiance to Martin Hatch, working against Serene. Gibson, head of security, Monarch enforcer, deceased. Oh yeah, he's definitely deceased. Carlos, leader of Reaper Squad, loyal to Martin Hatch, deceased. Oh yeah, no, Carlos is the one that got murdered by Liam because he was a bitch. Potential allies within Monarch, Fiona Miller, Chronon researcher, confirmed ally working with Beth from inside. Liam Burke, Monarch fixer, has questioned Monarch agenda extensively, deemed Monarch traitor for assisting in Jack's escape. Charlie Wincott, Monarch hacker, history of allegiance to Martin Hatch, current loyalty unknown, dick. Good to know. Lifeboat document. Memo controlling the Riverport situation. This is Clarice Agua, okay. I know the situation is fluid and things are progressing fast, but I want to reiterate our strategy for maintaining control over the city of Riverport. As you all know, we can't actually directly control the city, we don't have the manpower, and we don't have the actual authority. It's therefore vital that we maintain a good relationship with the media and the local authorities, and have them do much of the heavy lifting for us. Ideally, everything we do should be either undertaken by the authorities under our discreet direction, or in cases where we take action ourselves, backed by the powers that be, creating the illusion that Monarch Solution is working in cooperation with legal authorities. Make no mistake, although we've been successful thus far, the situation is not stable, and it can change quickly. If key parties in the city lose confidence in us and our ability to handle the crisis, our control will erode very quickly. Therefore, we must nurture this relationship even as we conduct our own operations, some of which involve considerable troop mobilization and combat action. This is a constant balancing act, and while I'm confident we can pull it off, there's no room for error. We can't afford to grow complacent and sloppy. Fortunately, we are all well prepared for this contingency. Long before we reached this point, we established a good rapport with the mayor, Riverport PD, and other major authorities within Riverport, as well as most of the important media outlets. Our strategy is twofold. 1. Maintain control. It's imperative that we ensure that the city's various power structures remain under our control. This means maintaining a close relationship with numerous individuals and organizations, as well as manipulating the information at their disposal. While Charlie Wincott is unfortunately no longer working on this project due to unforeseen complications, he has set up powerful tools and procedures for scrubbing the internet and identifying and locating problematic situations and individuals. We're stationing people in key locations and maintaining control, often under the guise of advisors and consultants to people in power. They are ready to step in as required. Anybody working in these roles needs to be proactive and project a constant aura of helpful authority and dependability. Diplomacy is the order of the day, people. That's vital for maintaining certain fictions, such as Jack Joyce's culpability in the events at the university, etc. Minimize conflict. That is to say, make sure that individuals, whether they're politicians, city officials, police officers, reporters, ordinary citizens, etc., suffer a minimal impact from our activities. If we have to use force, the situation needs to take place out of sight and remain entirely contained. Whether containment means misdirection, coercion, intimidation, bribery, or some other means depends on the circumstances, but it's vital that nobody is left in position to complain. To be explicitly clear, this doesn't mean we can eliminate witnesses and cover it up. When people don't come home, others start to ask questions, so that has to be a last resort. I expect all supervisors to monitor their teams closely to ensure things stay on an even keel. I know most of our operatives haven't been trained in the soft touch, and I'll be blunt. The last thing we need is somebody thinking this is Afghanistan and smacking a civilian around. We're one YouTube video away from this whole thing blowing up in our faces, so we have to maintain our operational profile throughout. For all these activities, we have a considerable budget. Monarch Solutions is very well off. We've been building resources for a long time, and this is considered a priority. So we can buy a lot of silence and cooperation from authorities and citizens alike. But that only works as long as those things are for sale, and the moment we're seen as a threat, that opportunity will disappear. If you see a problem, be proactive and call it in. Don't let anything run out of control or think it'll work itself out. We have to be sure. The situation can unravel faster than we think, and we have to coordinate our activities properly. Any questions or concerns, please contact me sooner rather than later. One more?
Hey, Amy. What am I looking at here?
I've been recording Monarch communications with the radio that Beth left me. I made a compilation of anything that seemed like it might be useful.
Okay. HQ, come in. This is a first aid 1. We've got a situation here at the hospital. Over. Go ahead, first aid 1. Over. It's a fucking mess down here, HQ. Burke showed up for his wife like we thought. Gibson intercepted him. Burke wouldn't come quietly, so Gibson drew on him, and well, Gibson's dead. Burke strangled him with the power cord in full sight of half the hospital. So that kind of shit show. Over. Do you have the situation contained? Where's Burke now? Over. We're working the scene and wiped the footage, but Gibson didn't have backup, so who knows how many people saw the fight or where they are now. Same goes for Burke. He's in the winds, so is his wife. Over. Copy that, first aid 1. We'll run with that on our end. Just tidy things up over there. Over and out. Okay. So we still don't technically know what happened, but I'm sure we will know at the end of this what happened to them. Hey girl, hey.
How's it look?
The problem is quite simple, really. The power relay is down.
She's so short.
You'll need to find a way to reset it up. There, where the light is. I'll lower the ladder for you.
What happened to the power relay?
A power surge occurred at 7 a.m. this morning, when the machine was activated.
7 a.m.? That's hours before we even got here.
Oh.
Well, the numbers don't lie.
Okay, I guess I'm doing some climbing.
That's suspicious.
Sure. Saves me from volunteering.
Can we just talk to her? Hold on. I want to see if I can just talk to her. Hey girl, what's up?
So what was the deal with the power thing?
The power relay is down. You can climb the ladder I lowered to find out what's wrong with it.
Aw. Want to have a conversation. What's this?
You've got to be kidding me.
What is it?
This is all my stuff from our family home. Kept everything.
Guess you thought you might come back. Jack? You okay?
Yeah.
Rip.
Is that...
Yep. Will's personal psychiatrist. Want to give it a try?
I think that giraffe's holding enough baggage.
It's cute. What are you looking at?
My artsy rebel phase.
Complete with a very rebellious how-to guide. I always wanted to try this, actually. Never had the time.
What's wrong?
Toto. That's my signature.
You made this?
I've never even been here before.
That woman in the picture is you, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
Jack. There's something you should know. 1999. I was 8 years old, playing in my backyard, and a woman approached me, told me she was from the future. She gave me very specific details of events that would come to pass. She gave me this. Filled with dates, events, proof of it all. Jack, that woman.
It was you.
Everything I told myself would happen, did. Every detail, for better or worse, came to pass, and couldn't be changed. Our fate is laid out before us, Jack. Everything that happened to get us here, every sacrifice that was made, they're all a part of this path. And they can't be changed or undone.
Beth,
When we step in that time machine, you will see for yourself.
all right. If you're that sure about how all this works, we can try it your way.
Beth told you about how she met herself.
Notebook was full of dates, events that would come to pass, instructions. Her entire existence was formed out of those pages.
Beth, I know that this encounter... Oh, this is a lot of reading. I know that this encounter will be a lot to take in. After all, it's not every day you meet your future self. I tell you that you need to keep this all a secret, but I know you won't listen. You'll learn that lesson the hard way. The next few years won't be easy for you. Nobody you know is ever going to understand what you are going through. Those closest to you will try to change you, convince you that you are losing your mind. You're not. You are special. You have been chosen to do something amazing. Know that your struggles will all be worth it in the end because you have a purpose. You're going to save the world. How do I know? I've been through all this before, and I'm going to prove it. Below you will find a list of events that will come to pass in the future. They cannot be changed or undone. It will take time for you to accept this, but eventually you will learn to use this knowledge to your advantage. You will be prepared for what is coming. October 3rd, 2000. Derek Stevenson has been bullying you for months. On October 3rd, you will push him down the staircase at school. You'll do everything in your power to resist this, partly to avoid the consequences, partly to prove this book wrong. But the terrible things he will say in that moment will be too much for you to handle. He'll pretend to cry, claim that you gave him a concussion, and you'll take all the blame. You'll be transferred to another school. You'll hope things will get better. They won't. It's going to be a difficult year. Whenever you feel helpless, just remember this book. You are special. You have a purpose that they don't. Hold on to that. And if it makes you feel better, 16 years from now, Derek will be working at a dollar store. He still lives with his mom. December 3rd, 2000. Mr. Hartsook from next door will pass away. February 3rd, 2001. The kids at school will steal your jacket. Your parents will claim that you're hiding it on purpose so that they will buy you a new one. Look in the bin on the corner of 3rd and Main. You'll find something that will get you through the winter. You'll be teased for wearing it by Michelle. You'll fight back, but it will only make things worse. Eventually, when you are able to contain your anger, take her aside and say the following to her. I'm sorry about your mom. Then give her a hug. She will push you away. She will look incredibly confused, vulnerable. She will never tease you again. April 24th, 2001. Erica, your best friend, will break her arm. Having read this, you will do everything in your power to prevent this. The actions you take to avoid this from happening will only make it so. This is the first time you will truly witness that your fate is already determined. It cannot be changed. Erica will blame you for the incident. Try not to take this to heart. You will soon discover that she isn't the friend you thought she was. Stay strong. You will find people who respect you for who you are very soon. August 5th, 2001. You will take the night bus home. There will be only one other passenger on board. A scruffy-looking kid with a black eye. His name is Jack Joyce. Remember his face. He's going to become important down the line. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. September 11th, 2001. Oh, my God. This is the one that will change you. An event will occur that will devastate the entire nation. An act of terrorism will cause the World Trade Centers to collapse. Thousands will die. I won't go into further detail because the more you know, the more painful it will become when you are unable to prevent it. And you will try to prevent it. You will fail. You will curse this book for not telling you more. You will curse yourself for not being able to stop it. It will take a long time to get over this, but eventually you will use this pain to fuel your path forward. You've now felt what it is to be completely unprepared for what is coming. It won't happen again. Next time you will be ready. This is the event that will finally make you believe. Any doubts you had will disappear. You're ready to take on this mission. So what is coming? October 8th, 2016. An experiment gone wrong will cause time to break down. This event will be referred to as a fracture in time. The onset of this event cannot be prevented, but the outcome must be. If the fracture is not stopped, then time itself will come to an end. Life on our planet will end. Saving the world wasn't an overstatement. It is your mission. You must stop the fracture. You can pull this off, but to do so you need to follow some simple instructions. Learn who to trust. Short answer, nobody. The less people know about you, the safer you will be. From this point forward, your mission takes priority over every other aspect of your life. Do not start a relationship or any kind that you aren't willing to leave behind at a moment's notice. There is one exception to this rule. We'll get to that. Know your enemy. Monarch Solutions. They will try to prevent you from achieving your goal. Learn everything you can about them. You will know the best way to achieve this when the time is right. Monarch is run by a man named Paul Serene. You must never be seen by Paul Serene. If he discovers you, then you will risk failing your mission. Learn everything you can about him. Remain hidden, but keep in mind that the best place to hide is often in plain sight. Blend in. Change your appearance frequently. Hair color, clothing style, everything. Be cautious about drawing attention to yourself. Learn to blend in. Examine those around you, the way they move, speak, laugh, copy them, become your surroundings. Train daily. There are a series of skills you will need to master to truly be prepared. Hand-to-hand combat, Filipino Kalai, and Jeet Kune Do. I don't know. Weapons training, knives, pistols, shotguns, rifles, wilderness survival, compartmentalization, lip reading, face reading. The list is one that you will build as you go. In time, you will understand what is necessary and what isn't. Don't rush yourself. Start with gymnastics. Study your target, Jack Joyce. He is the one person who can help you in your mission. He is the exception to Rule 1. You can trust him. Learn what you can about Jack. Study him from afar, but do not approach him directly. You aren't the only one watching him. On October 9th, 2016, you will rescue Jack Joyce. You'll rescue Jack Joyce. From there, the next steps will reveal themselves. Be patient with him. He's stubborn, reckless, naive, but you can't do this without him. And he has his moments. He's much smarter than he seems at first. Don't mistake grief for stupidity. Study your objective. The countermeasure. The countermeasure. This is a device that was built to stop the fracture in time. This is your objective. Find the countermeasure and use it to stop the fracture. Achieve this and the world will be saved. The device was built by Jack's brother, Dr. William Joyce. Any attempt to contact William or find the countermeasure before the onset of the fracture will be in vain. Wait, Jack will show you the way. Retrieving the countermeasure will not be a simple task. It will involve great hardship and sacrifice. When the time comes, you will be ready for this. We're almost there. When you first read this, it won't make much sense to you. Over time, you will believe every word, but you will feel underprepared. You will wish that I had told you everything. I promise you that what is written here is everything you will need in order to get you where you need to be. I know this because I'm already there. Chin up, Toto. You're going to achieve amazing things. Well, that was nice. God, there's all this shit in here, and it's like, how...
It's her. She's the one who's been painting all over the city. Jesus.
Let's go. Oh. I was gonna say, I thought this was a climbable shit.
Why the hell would your brother put maintenance controls way up there?
That's exactly the kind of question that never would have entered Will's mind while building this thing. Hey, I think I can get to the reset from here.
Oh, I guess I was supposed to do this the whole time. See, I'm ahead of this game. I don't even... like, I'm just that adventurous. I didn't even mean to move ahead in the game. I was just looking around.
Hit. Of course.
Shit. I'm still getting used to that.
Don't expect to.
Having trouble getting to that red light up there?
It's easier said than done.
No pressure. Just the fate of the world.
Oh, God, okay.
So, red turned into green.
Sweet, we did it.
All right, all lights are green.
Ooh, what's this? Oh shit.
Chronon levels are stable. Diagnostics are positive. This may actually work. It's ready. It's actually functional. That fixed it. Come on down.
Okay, we're doing this. I'll set the date into the console.
She's like, holy shit. Oh, I can't talk to anyone. Okay.
July 4th, 2010. Are you ready?
No. Are you?
No.
Okay. Let's go.
There's still time to rethink this.
Keep an eye on Amaral while we're gone.
I'll make sure Sophia doesn't go anywhere while you're gone. Just be careful in there, okay? That machine hasn't been used in years.
I will. See you soon.
Hey, what up? How you feeling? You good? Okay, well. Oh, shit.
This is it. There's no turning back.
Hey, wait! What did you do? That was the wrong door. You changed the date. Where is she? Where is she?
I had no choice. I couldn't let you take the countermeasure. It would put our entire plan at risk. I already called Monarch from the terminal. They're on their way. It's over.
What did you do?
Fuck!
We need the countermeasure to run the lifeboat.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna follow through with the plan. Tie her up and get as far away from here as you can.
I will. You just take care of yourself, Jack. Okay?
Oh, shit. Okay. This should be interesting. Oh. So we're traveling... Oh. That's Paul Serene. Oh gosh, this is fucking trippy. Oh wow. Bro, can you walk a little faster? Pretty sure this is everyone who's used this. And I think that was just Martin Hatch that I saw. Whoa. Okay.
Your first journey back in time, 2010. This is where our notes get hazy.
You know how it ended.
Your goal when you arrived was to retrieve the countermeasure.
But my goal had to wait. Because I wasn't alone.